Hey everybody, Patty Ann here. Hey, long time no see. Well, today, as you can tell, maybe I've had a bad cold, but today I'm going to show you how to do a project for Easter for maybe a little girl's t-shirt. I'm going to show you how to do applique. I'm going to show you how to echo around the applique, and I'm going to show you how to preview the fabric that you're going to use in your applique right there in your Embrilliance screen. Now you will need Stitch Artist Level 2 for this, but let's get started. As you can see, this is the finished product, and as you can see, here's the applique here, and look at the cute fabric I have in there. I'm going to show you how to put a photo of the fabric you might be thinking of using in yours. Notice I have the echoing stitch around here as well. So there'll be a few different techniques that you're going to learn in this video today. So let's get started. So I'm going to open up a new window. And the first thing, like I said, you have to have Stitch Artist Level 2 to be able to do this. So what I had done was I went online and I found a line drawing of a bunny that I wanted to use. So in order to bring him into Embrilliance, all I do is come up here to the Create mode, which is this button right here. Click on that. And when I open that up, then over here I can use either an image or a vector. If it's a vector, it would probably be a lot easier, but it's not. The thing that I saved was an image. So I'm going to click on that, and here's the image of the bunny clip art that I got. And there it is right there. So this is very, very easy to do. You need to practice drawing with points, and it's quite easy if you get used to it. So all you need to do is come over here where it says Draw with Points and click on that to open it. And then I'm just going to start right here in the middle between his ears, and I'm going to click regular. Then I'm going to hold down my shift key. Notice that that changes. Look right here, the circle is there's no line between it. When I hold down my shift key, notice a line goes between it. Well, that's what I want whenever I want to make a 90-degree or a sharp turn. So I'm going to hold down my shift key and make a click, and then I'm going to come up here, hold down my shift key again because I'm going to go in the opposite direction, and click, and then let go of my shift, come down here to a point and click, let go of the shift, come down to the point and click. Again, I'm holding my shift key there, release my shift, holding the shift, watch that circle, hold the shift, see the circle has that line now there, let go of the shift key, hold down the shift, let go, hold it, let go, hold it, let go, hold it, let go, hold the shift, hold the shift, hold the shift, let go, hold the shift, come down here, and then I'm just going to come up here to the little tomato that says Close Open Outline and click on that. Now you'll notice some of my lines don't fit very well, but that's okay. That's easy to fix. So I'll start right here, and when I click on the line, notice I'm able to adjust it. This all looks really good. I could change that if I want to, but it's no biggie. This looks good. I could change this a little bit if I want. Come over here, I could change this a little bit. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I'll scroll in for this guy right here. So I'm going to see that little circle right there. I'm going to grab it, and I'm just going to move it so that the line is going to meet better, like that. And then right up here, I'm going to grab right in the center and pull that down. Right in the center of these, pull it down. Maybe move this little dot over a little bit. And again, hold down my shift. Whoopsie, I didn't mean to do that. Hold down my shift key, and that allows me to move the whole picture. And then I could go like this and move that, move this in a little bit. Again, just practice this and you'll get really good at it. I'm sorry, space bar and move. Okay, so I have a line right here, and right now I'm going to go ahead and duplicate that line. So I'm going to go Edit, Copy, Edit, and Paste. So now I have two of the same lines. The second line I'm going to change into my applique. So in order to do that, with that selected, I'm just going to come up here. Now if I can't see applique because my tools look like this, I need to once again click on Create Mode right here. and that allows me to see more. And do you see this one? This sort of looks like an applique stitch. Click on that and it automatically made it an applique. Now, if you'll notice over here where it shows in the properties panel, only position is checked. So if we watch the sew simulator, it's going to show us where the placement stitch is going to be. That shows us where to place the fabric, but we really want to have another line of stitching that's the tack down. So I'm going to go back over here and click on Applique. Going to come back, since I don't see all my options down here on the lower right, I'm going to come back up here to Create Mode. Now I can see them. And now I'm going to say I want the material stitch to show as well. So notice now we have 3 colors. The first one is the image, the second one is the material, and the third one is the position. So I'm going to change the material or the position color to something else so you can really tell they're different. And we'll say okay. So there's that. Okay. And I'm also going to go ahead and hide this guy right here. I don't need him to show up anymore at all. So I can click on that and make it very transparent so you can't see it, just like that. All right, so now if we come back up to the stitch simulator, look what happens. First we have the placement stitch, and it's going to stop at the end of this color. Then it's going to do the tack down stitch. And then after that, it's going to do the applique stitch. And that just happens to be the one I have selected. I could select other ones. As you'll notice, if I come back to Create Mode, go back to Applique, right now I have the border as an E stitch. I could change it to a blanket. Notice, watch what's happening over here. It was first on an E stitch, see that? Then I changed it to a blanket. If I'd like, I could change it to a satin, or a zigzag, or have none. But I'm going to leave mine at the E stitch for now. All right, so we have the applique position. The applique material shows where to put it, or the position shows where to put it. The material tacks it down. Now, if I click on this thing right here, it says Fabric Preview, it's just going to make it the color that I used for placement stitch. But I don't want my material to show up like that. I want to see what it's really going to look like when I use the fabric that I happen to have here at home. I like to use what I have and see if I think it's going to work. So I'm going to go back to Create Mode. Recall that the green is the color that is showing supposedly as my fabric, but I want to look at real fabric. So instead of using that, I went to online and I just searched for something. I came up with this. I'm just using it as an example. What I would really do is take a photograph of the fabric that I have on hand downstairs in my sewing area. But since I'm not down there, I'm just going to do it like this. I'm going to take a snippet of this and using the snipping tool, big snippet, and that just gets saved automatically. You'll have to learn how to do the screenshot on yours. And then I'll open this back up. And when I'm here in this applique or this area, I'm going to click on the applique and go to color. So the color that I want to change is this color right here, the green, because that is the color of the fabric. So I'm going to change this to applique, and I'm going to change this to applique position, and I'm going to change this to a single image I could try, and let's see, it would be in my screenshots. Okay, and it's right here. Okay, so as you can see, it's not really going to fit there. I'll say okay. Well, I could say okay right now, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to say tiled, because that's going to put it in there enough times just so I can get a good look at what it's going to look like. Then I just simply say okay. All right, Now I get a good look at what it's going to look like. Okay, the next thing I wanted to do was I wanted to show you how to put some inflation lines around here, some stitching, in case you wanted to give it some extra texture, or maybe you wanted to learn how to do inflation lines for other projects. It's really easy in Stitch Artist Level 2. Remember that extra line we made up here of the bunny? Let's go ahead and right click on that and say Move Last. Okay, and the reason why I'm doing that is so the interior lines that I'm going to show you in a second will show up. So when I click on the line, all I have to do to add these echo lines is to come up here to where it says Contour Filled Area. Click on that, and then it asks me, how do I want to do my contour lines? Well, I want to have them outward. Look at that. It made 2. And why did it make 2? Well, I asked it to make 2 right here, the number of steps. I can change that to however many I want, but I kind of like 2 for this project. I can also change how far they're offset from the main bunny by clicking the offset here. Okay, and then the other thing that I can do is I can skip the shape. In other words, I don't want to put another line of stitching around the shape. Let's see if we can see that at all. Not really. Oh, I already have skip shape. If I don't have skip shape checked, check this out. See that line of stitching right there? That's the first contour line. I don't really need that one because remember, I'm going to have the blanket stitch there. So I'm going to say skip the shape, and that gets rid of that. So that's how that works. If I wanted to, another thing I could have done was, let's say to echo inward. And what that does, and you can barely, well, now you can see it if I scroll in, it echoes it inward in case you wanted to have it like that, echoed inside of the bunny for some reason. But what I wanted to do was echo outline outward. Okay, so that's what I wanted to do. Let's see, I can change the run properties of that echo as well. I could make it be a bean. I could make it be a chain stitch. I could make it be stem stitch, whatever I'd like, but I'm just going to leave it right now for the single stitch. Okay, so that's just 2 things or 3 things that you've learned today. You've learned how can you echo an image? How can you echo something? Let's see if we can just echo a design. Oh, look at that. That's already contoured. Let me get rid of that for a second. Let's just draw a circle. Huh. Oh, it's already on contour. I just want it to be a single run. Do you see this now? Let's get rid of a few of these. Delete, delete. There's the run, okay? And I can actually go ahead and fill that. This is just some extra stuff. And if I wanted to go ahead and echo this, I just come up here again to the contour lines, and there it is. Or I can undo that and come up here to the contour lines and contour it inward like that. So that's just some ways to do it. And I guess what I have to do, and I haven't really played with this enough to know for sure, but if I wanted to fill that, okay, so if I wanted to fill, I'd have to have the fill. Then what I would do is right click, no, I'd click on this and come up here to edit, copy, edit, paste, and then I'd make this one that's not filled, and I would make this one be the one that's the echo. And maybe I want it to echo inward like that. That's kind of cool. Look at that. Let's hold down my space bar and move over. So that's kind of cool. It adds some extra texture. And I could even change it to a different color if I wanted to. I could change that color to a deeper purple or different purple. Let's see what happens. Look at that. Okay, so anyway, so we've learned how to do contour lines inward and outward. We've learned how to set up an applique, and we've learned how to contour the applique. Okay, the only other thing I did was, and let me get rid of these things, and there's those contours, was I went ahead over here to image, and I brought in an image of a shirt just so that you could see what it was going to look like on a shirt. Now we're really small, so I got to make it bigger. So there was the shirt, just so you could get an idea. And then I went ahead and grabbed all of these pieces over here of the applique and dragged it over on top. And then of course I made it fit just so we could get an idea of what it would look like. And then I even, anyway, the only other thing that I did on this was I went ahead and I added a name, and you've seen my other videos where I show how to add names. I put the name Emma, I had it tried down here and over here. Maybe I could make it even go around the thing. But that's pretty much it for today's tutorial. I hope you liked it. And give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Ask me some questions. Please leave some comments. That keeps me motivated to do more. I plan on doing a few more about Stitch Artist Level 2. It was requested of me. So if you have anything in particular about Stitch Artist Level 2 you'd like to know, let me know. And don't forget there's links down below for it, as well as a coupon code to save you more money in Embrilliance.